So the Super Bowl was a couple of days ago, and with the Super Bowl always comes some really interesting trailers. So I wanted to create a tier list of all of the films that got trailers and just kind of the hype level for them, because obviously we don't know how good these movies are gonna be yet. And that is starting off with Bob Marley. I think it was the first trailer they played. As a February movie, I'm kind of excited for it. But like as a film comparatively for the year, I don't really care that much. I'm excited for Kingsley Ben-Adir's performance. I'm excited for the music, but that's kind of it. So I'm gonna put it in as a D. Next is Despicable Me 4, and to be honest, I don't really care about this film. I kind of lost interest in the Despicable Me franchise. At some point I will catch up with the franchise in preparation for Despicable Me 4, but right now I'm just not too excited because I haven't really watched any Despicable Me movies since the first Minions. So I'm gonna put it in F. Next is If. And If, I think, could actually be really fun. It has Ryan Reynolds giving a type of performance that's not what we've been seeing from Ryan Reynolds. It seems like it's a more heartwarming kids movie type of performance rather than like just Ryan Reynolds Deadpool type of comedy, which we are getting later and I will talk about. My one thing is that I don't know whether or not this movie is a musical yet. Because in some aspects of the trailers, it looks like it might be a musical, and it might be a case of a musical that's being hidden by the trailers. And if it is a musical, this is an S for me. But because I don't think it is a musical, I'm gonna put it in at C. I think it could be pretty good. I'm excited to see John Krasinski's direction, and as he moves to a kids movie from horror, it would be really cool if he's like a versatile type of director. But as things stand, I'm just kind of like eh. Next is The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's a really long title, but I think it could be a really fun film. These trailers have been epic, especially the Super Bowl TV spot and then the actual trailer they released on YouTube. Both of them looked awesome. And even though this is coming from the director of the Maze Runner films, which weren't really that good, directors deserve a second chance, you know, and I'm willing to give him a second chance, especially for a film that looks this promising. I'm gonna put it in as an A. Next, we have A Quiet Place Day 1. I think that this could be a really fascinating film because now we're seeing the start of Quiet Place and when people don't know how these monsters work. And because this is a franchise, we already have that dramatic irony of knowing how the monsters work. And I just think that's going to make this movie so intense and so fascinating. And Lupita Nyong'o, have I said enough yet to make you feel interested? You know, I have to put this as an A. The trailer looked awesome. The TV spot also looked really interesting. I'm gonna put it in right below Planet of the Apes, but still an A. Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm feeling the hype for it a bit, but I think because the third Kung Fu Panda just wasn't as good as the first two, I'm not as hyped for it as I wish I was. I'm still definitely gonna see it as soon as it's out. And I can't wait to just have that theatrical experience, but my hopes aren't as high for this film as A Quiet Place or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, so I'm gonna put it in as a B. Fall Guy looks like a great time, honestly. Like, that TV spot that they had for Fall Guy really kind of showed me everything that I want from this film. It just looks fun, the action looks good. It just looks like Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt are having so much fun with this film, and that's exactly what I want to see. And now we're gonna see if that hype of Ryan Gosling from Barbie can carry into this film. I'm excited to see it, and I might even be more excited to see how well it does at the box office, but I am gonna put it in as a B, just right above Kung Fu Panda. Twisters. Yeah, I did not really know what to think of Twisters before this trailer. I was kind of pessimistic about it, like, oh, that's cool, Anthony Ramos, Glenn Powell, Daisy Edgar Jones, same director as Minari, but like, what's it gonna look like? Well, now that the trailer's debuted, this movie is an S to me. I think it is, out of all these movies, the one I am the most hyped about. The trailer just looked so fun. Glenn Powell just looks to be doing all his Glenn Powellisms, you know, and I'm here for that. I love Glenn Powell, and I want to see tornadoes do crazy stuff. Monkey Man, it is Dev Patel's directorial debut, looks to be a lot like John Wick, and I guess I'm excited for it, but just, I don't know, I'm feeling a little pessimistic about it just because it is a directorial debut. It looks to be very similar to John Wick, but it is coming from Jordan Peele's production studio Monkey Paw. So that's gonna be kind of interesting, and I am interested to see if this movie ends up being any good, but I do have my doubts and reservations, so I'm gonna put it as a C right below If for now. But once we start to get some opening thoughts to people that get to see this movie early, and if those opening thoughts are really positive, I'm gonna be incredibly excited for this film. But right now, I'm just worried that it won't really be that good. And finally is Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm really interested to just see how this movie is, especially with superhero fatigue going on. But honestly, I'm glad. It's the only Marvel movie coming out this entire year, and I think that is great. It's giving the studio a chance to reset and kind of reconduct themselves. And we also have a director who I think is the ideal Marvel director behind this film, that being Zach Levy, where he's not like this really great director who's made all these great indie films. He's made solid studio-driven films like The Fall Guy. You know, films where they're inventive, they're fun, they're creative enough, but you know, they're not like that indie type of film. He knows how to work within the studio system, and I think that that's just a perfect fit. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the action. I'm excited for the jokes. I'm really hyped that this movie is gonna be bloody, but again, I am personally feeling a bit of that superhero fatigue, so I'm just gonna put it as my highest A tier. So I just finished recording this video and I realized that I forgot to put in Wicked. I don't know how I forgot to put in Wicked because I'm actually really excited for Wicked. It would be S tier for me. Honestly, I'd probably have it above Twisters because I love musicals and I just, yeah, you know, the more musicals the better for me. I'm like giddy about the fact that we are getting just a musical that looks that grand. So yeah, S tier Wicked. Sorry I forgot about it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Super Bowl movies that had trailers. And yeah, I'm excited really just for film in general. You know, I'm gonna see all of these movies. But yeah, this is just kind of my level of excitement for each. Let me know what you think in the comments down below and what you disagree with, what you agree with. You know, do you think I'm stupid for putting Despicable Me at F? If that's the case, I totally understand. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.